shedding some light on the comedy world in our city. We are hanging out with Keenan Cerff, all the way from Lavender Hill, and we're talking about his journey on how he became a comedian and still are consistently doing this thing, people. We are hanging out at the Cape Town Comedy Club, people. I'm your host, Nyal, yo pial, yo chomi, yo bruh. No.
Shout out, Ma.
No, Keenan, it's not your turn. It's not your turn yet.
Ma, shout out. I'm gonna turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, okay. Sorry, guys.
Ma, shout out.
Shame. Maybe deal with Vicky. That's fine, guys. Just keep it tuned in. Thank you. So yes, people, we are hanging out with Keenan Cerff. Kyk, hy het sommer ingestep in die shot. Ons is nou eens te live. Ons maak al jokes van die begin van die show. Welcome to today's show, people. It's a walk with me. Today we're taking a walk with Keenan. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, give us a bit of an introduction of who you are.
My name is Keenan Cerff and I'm a comedian, stand-up comedian from Lavender Hill.
Lekker, man.
Yeah, that's basically it. Short
Awesome.
and sweet.
And tell us about you growing up. Who were you? Were you the class? I mean, a lot of people think when you're into comedy, you're the class clown.
Yeah.
Were you that guy? Who were you when you grew up?
I was the quiet lady. I was often people used to pick on me a lot, but there used to be a lot of moments where I would just randomly say, this one thing, and then I'm like, hey, like people are laughing.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm not thinking about funny. I'm not thinking about anything.
You just
I'm
say
just
what's in your mind.
I'm just like, I know if I say this one thing, they're gonna laugh,
Wow.
and then I'm gonna feel calm. Especially when we did essays and stuff. Whenever I come on, then I come on and I'm like, hello, my name is Keenan. My uncle stole our nail clipper last night.
It's random.
Yeah, this is the most random
Like
thing.
how?
And then the class would laugh, and then I'm like, okay, so we're gonna talk about biology today,
Basically.
class. And then then it would be so like everybody would just laugh.
So you would set the atmosphere.
Yeah, but that was mainly just to make myself comfortable to speak to them. And I never thought of all of this stuff up until a couple of years ago. I was like,
wow.
Like this stuff was actually just
It was a
there
setup.
all along.
It was a setup for you to go into this, yeah.
Yeah, so.
And then why comedy? I mean, you said it way back, obviously in school it was that situation, but then you eventually went into it. Why comedy? How did you go get into comedy?
I used to work in a call center, and then one of the guys working in the call center, I think his name is Keenan David, and then he was at the call center as well. So he runs a gig in Mitchell's Plain called Premium.
Okay.
And then he sent out posters or flyers by email to the whole call center. And like I said, I was just always that guy in certain groups and whatever. Then the more I say one random thing and the more people laugh, the more confident I get, the more I start just telling stories and stuff. Yeah, then I go on. And I just talk the whole hours and hours. So my friend in the call center, he was like, he got the post and he's like, yo, bro, you must go for this thing, you must go and do it, you must go and do it. And I was like, I don't know, but okay, I want to try it. And then I went and then I performed for the first time at Premium.
Wow.
And it was, I was nervous, man, but it was, Premium often shows a lot of love to the people that's on stage. But that night, I think it was a 20 in 5. It was some competition thing.
Okay.
And there was a lot of comedians on the lineup.
Wow.
And there were guys that's been performing before. And I was just a ball of nerves. I didn't do well that night. And then, to be honest, I didn't do well for the first couple of years in comedy. And then when I left, because no one was like really like straight up, man.
Yeah.
No one was like saying like you bad. It was like, no, keep going,
Yes.
you'll get there, keep going. You're on the right track, keep going. But then when I left to Durban, everybody's like, go to Joburg, it's easy, you'll find these opportunities there. So I was like, yeah, but there's a scene in Durban. Why is no one talking about that? I want to go there. Let's go see what's there. Then I went to Durban, performed there, knew no one, performed there, and then I met Carvin Goldstone, who basically set everything in motion for me.
Wow.
Because I was at a gig, 2 gigs, did bad both nights. And he got me the second night, and he saw me, he was like, yo, what are you doing tomorrow? Let's meet up. Carvin Goldstone was, I think he won the Comics Choice Award for Comic of the Year, or was nominated. So he's like pretty big in the scene. So he then met up with me the next day, driving around, we were doing stuff. And then we were speaking just like this. And then I started like he would just ask me about my family, and I
Yeah.
tell him stuff. And then he was like, bro, but you're so funny. Why are you not doing this on stage? And I was like, I don't know, I'm just trying to be funny. He's like, no,
Just
be yourself on stage.
Wow.
Because I was telling him the same thing I told you earlier about being the one that's always just saying the most
Yes.
randomest thing about my family, and then people would laugh, and then I just continue speaking about my family.
Yeah.
Then he was like, no, do that on stage.
That's your thing.
Yeah, that's your thing. You
Yeah.
can't, because as soon as a crowd can pick up if you're trying to fake it.
Sure.
So you have to be as authentic as you can, and once you do that,
Amazing.
And then from there, just
yeah,
took
you
off,
just kept
yeah.
on going. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And I actually spoke to you about it earlier. And people, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I always thought that if you're a comedian, you just come on stage and you talk about whatever you feel. I
Yeah.
always thought, and I used to go watch, and I'm like, yo, this is funny. These guys are quiet. They just come on and talk about anything.
I
What
thought
is
the
the
same
process?
the process is, well, for me, my process is like, I speak about things that happen. right?
Yeah.
So, and then what happens is when I'm in conversation with people, it just comes up.
Okay.
I don't try to be like the funny one.
Okay.
It just comes up, and then I say it, and then if people laugh, then I'm like, oh, I can use this. Then I write it down.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then from having it on a piece of page, then I'll come to stage, and then I'll try to say that very thing.
Sure.
And gauge the reaction. If they giggle, then I know there's something. If they laugh,
Yeah.
it's a thing already.
Sure.
If they don't laugh, and I'm like, maybe it needs to be changed around.
Okay. So
But-
I was gonna ask you, have you tested your jokes? But basically, you test it while you're in conversation with people.
Yeah.
If you say something, you're like, okay, this worked. That's basically the light
Yeah,
bulb.
and often when I'm in a train or taxi, and I speak to people about these things, I'm not trying to be funny. I just make conversation with people.
Yes.
People don't know I'm a comedian. I make conversation. If they end up laughing, then I'm like, then eventually they'll tell me, like some people have told me, oh, you're quite funny. You should be a funny actor or a comedian. And I'm like, well,
Hey, now this means I'm on the right track now.
Yeah, then
That
I'm like,
is
yeah.
dope.
Then I'm like, I am. And
Lekker, man.
then some of those people actually come to shows.
Are you serious?
Yeah, some
And
of
that's
those-
what makes it real at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know?
because it's just me and it's just my story, and that's why a lot of people like come to my shows and come back to shows, and because they just like the story of
And it's
Keenan from Lavender
relatable.
Hill.
It's relatable. People, we're taking a quick break. Keenan Cerff is in the building. We're talking all things comedy. Don't go anywhere. It's a walk with Mel. Yay, yay. And we are back. Welcome to A Walk with Mal. If you just joined us, we're hanging out with Keenan Cerff all the way from Lavender Hill, talking all things comedy. Ek like your story, man, en het is kaya oulik hoe jy ge-evolve it as a comedian, and you're so honest about your journey, because people always think it's easy. The people think that you wake up and then boom, here you are. It doesn't work like that. I mean, and we spoke about it earlier, and I actually want to bring it in now. How do you handle the rejections and the no's and in this industry? Because we're in the entertainment industry where that happens a lot.
Yeah.
How do you handle that, or what do you take away from the no's and the rejections?
It's very hard, and it's so hard to sometimes not take it personally as well. Like you don't understand what some people's thinking are behind it. There are people that have rejected me for stuff, but they do it with like love, you know.
I know
They
what
do
you
it-
mean, yeah.
They do it out of no, you're not ready for it.
Yes.
Because if they put you on a stage, if you ask for something and you put on a stage that's too big for you,
It can
and you
your
do
career,
bad,
can let your career.
then you can
yeah.
do, you know. So
Your career
the-
can go down, basically.
yeah, so there's people that have looked out for me, and then there's obviously, you know, politics and whatever, but I don't really care too much about that.
Cool.
For me, it's just the greatest piece of advice that I was given is by a friend of mine, and he always just says, be so good they can't ignore you.
Sure, that is the honest truth.
So, and that applies to anything. If you working in a call center, if you working
No matter
wherever,
what you do.
no matter what you do, be so good that they can't ignore. People can try to shun you out the whole time,
Sure.
but if you really just bringing it,
True. Even
they
if I don't
can't.
like you, I must laugh.
Yeah,
The
even
joke
if
is funny.
because you're gonna get at people that that don't like you.
Jangan ano, macam
Yeah,
kani.
yeah.
I know what you mean. And then, I mean, the great things happened in your life. The Trevor Noah represents Nation Wild. That happened for you. I think that is so amazing. Congratulations from our
Thank
side,
you.
firstly.
Thank
Tell us
you.
about that experience. What was that like?
Yeah,
That is beautiful.
like because jy moet verstaan ek is 'n laaitie van die blokke.
Sure.
Like for me to be in a space like I'm used to seeing Trevor on TV.
My bro.
And for me to be in a space where, like, there where the camera is, that's where Trevor is. Like, Trevor's standing there. While you're performing on stage,
Really?
while all the comics are performing, Trevor's watching you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he stands and he watches your set and he laughs, or he tells his manager, like, you know, I think he needs to do this and this and this.
Are you serious?
And then, like, for all of that, and the whole experience was insane. Like, when I got the call, so it basically started off with, I was in Joburg, and Trevor's manager phones me, and he's like, Keenan, so and so here. Listen, do you have any gigs this week?
Ek sal my gigs net
Yeah.
los.
He's like, no, do you have any gigs this week? I'm like, yes, I do. He's like, where are you performing? I'm like, you know, the Goliath Comedy Club. He's like, okay, I'm coming to watch
Oh,
you.
so they want to come. Ek dog hulle wil
Yeah.
jou kom.
No,
so
that's
let's go
before.
check. Okay, cool.
So he's like, no, I'm coming to watch you. So I'm like, okay. And then he comes to the show, he watches me, I perform. After the show, all the comics are chilling together, and there's like guys like Jason Goliath, you know, all of these guys, it's, you know, pros and whatever.
Yes.
All of them are sitting there in there because they have like a chill room. And then Trevor's manager is there, and then like he's having a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Because I was speaking about normal stuff.
Yeah.
There's these guys all big and whatever, and then there's me, and then they're talking about series, and then they're like, Keenan, what do you watch? And I'm like, Seven the Line, I don't know. Like, then they were like, yeah, they were like that, and then I didn't know because I don't watch much series.
Yes. You're just being honest. You're just being you.
Yeah, and then, you know, they were talking about like a whole lot of stuff, and then fast forward a couple of months, I think the show was in April if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then like 5 days before the show, I get the call. He's like, yo, Keenan, remember the show? What there's the show and whatever. You've been selected for it. And then I was like, yeah. And then I'm like, eh. Then he's like, no, you need to come this date and whatever. The show is happening here and there. The Lyric Theatre in Joburg. Then I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, I don't have money now. How am I gonna get there? So I'm like, so how much is this gonna cost? And when do you need me? He's like, no. We're flying you up.
Oh my word.
We're flying you up.
Keenan?
So I'm like, okay, I have on the Joburg I can stay at. He's like, no. You staying at you know this what was it? The Southern Sun Hotel, I think. Some big hotel.
I assume you were willing to obviously organize your own thing.
Yeah. So he's like, no, we organizing
We got you.
Yeah, we got you. And then the whole night, like we were there for like a couple of nights and whatever. And each night that I'm there, I just open the blanket gently and close the blanket. I don't touch anything else because I feel in my mind someone is gonna come and go, hey, you don't belong here.
It's a joke.
Yeah, like it's a joke. They
It's
prank
the biggest
you.
joke actually. I shame.
And then I could like you no, I
Yeah,
like
it's-
it.
and it's
Whenever
also, yeah,
like it from the block, if you go to a nice house, you're not gonna touch anything.
But
Somebody's
you were
gonna say,
raised that way.
yeah,
also.
somebody's gonna go, no, you can go help yourself.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Ek is ook so, ja, nee, is okay. Nee.
Yeah.
Want jy is so groot gemaak. Hè.
yeah, so then I have all these, and then the night of the show, and then everything is there. The cameras, you know, cameras up in the ceilings and everything.
I must
is-
just know.
Yeah, like Trevor's there. The big crowd, over 1,000 people is there.
Wow.
Everything is just like everything is there. That moment you wait for in your career. It's that moment. That's the thing. That was my, that was my moment. And
Sure, that's amazing.
in my back, I was so nervous at night. And I wasn't nervous for Trevor, for the cameras. I was nervous because like somewhere in the Cape Flats or somewhere in Cape Town, a mom or father is gonna watch this and is gonna tell his child, you see, you can
also-
push for whatever you wanna do.
Yeah.
That's like this from Lavender Hill. Or some kid is gonna watch it.
I know what you mean.
And some kid is gonna go, I know this guy from Lavender, he can do it and I can do anything. And that was the thing that was in my mind about. I'm like
Beautifully said.
representing. And luckily people laughed and I had a good time. And,
Like I said, that luckily the people laugh.
yeah, no.
Yo, that is
Luckily
so
the
cool.
people laughed and
That is a
everybody
nice
had a good
experience, and more things happened. You were part of the team of the roast of AKA.
Yeah, the writers. I was one of the
The writers, you were part of the writers, of the roast of AKA. That is so random and so cool. Tell us about that experience and how that happened
Oh,
for you.
even that was insane, man. I just got an email saying like, yo, you've been chosen and whatever. Because I got like a WhatsApp message from someone, one of the people.
Yeah.
And they were like, you've been considered for this. And then I got the email saying like, you, and then I came up because I had gigs this side in Joburg. So I came up with my own, like I bought my own ticket and stuff. And then I went in the writer's room and stuff, and it was so awesome.
Sure.
Like, we were just giving out ideas just
Wow.
for me to be, because that's the one thing I like also really wanted, apart from doing stand-up in a whole lot of
Yes.
places, was to be a writer.
What?
Like, and I like roasting and stuff. So there I had my
Your
opportunity.
platform. Beautiful.
I was sitting in a room, we were exchanging ideas. There was a whiteboard, and it was like life goal achieved.
Sure.
Like, it was so cool, and I was just there, and and then we were invited to the actual roast itself as well. I had gigs as well in Joburg. I went to perform, and then went to the roast, and then I bumped into like Paul Tusi and AKA.
Sure.
And I was like, yo.
This is amazing.
And I was just like, and at the roast we had very nice seats, and we were watching it, and to sit there in the crowd and hear like jokes that I was a part
were
of,
part
like
of.
of
I know
working
what you
on.
mean.
It was so
It's
insane.
amazing.
With I'm like, oh my god,
And you know what the cool thing is, like you're saying, someone is watching, and your story can inspire someone and give them hope, and that's the cool thing,
Yeah.
You are our people, and that's the point for me of the show. Even it's just for us to start supporting our own people. You know,
Yeah.
we shouldn't wait for international people to see our people before we be like, let's support, let's start doing it now,
Yeah.
because your journey is like really like a testimony, and you can share. And I mean, you didn't get it easy.
Oh, no.
You're still working. I want to touch on that as well. Do you think that this is an industry that's well supported? Do you think that you can do this full time? Is that possible?
But stand-up comedy now.
Yep.
It's very hard. A lot of people will say move to Joburg because Joburg is where the money's at. And I think it's like that for most things, like for most even jobs.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
But moving to Joburg comes with its own difficulties as well.
Sure.
Joburg is big. Joburg is competitive.
Yes.
All of that. Do I think you can make it? Like, yeah, there's a lot of examples of people who make it out of Cape Town.
Yeah.
It's just your mindset and your drive. Like, there's things that's gonna happen. You're gonna struggle. It's
True.
definitely an obvious thing. You're going to struggle.
Sure.
Some people take off immediately. Some people don't. Everybody has their own journey.
You're right.
But as long as you're true to yourself and you work super hard, and you're just honest and stuff, then you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. There's so many examples. Riyad Mosa, Mark Lottering. There's so many guys.
And it makes it work for themselves.
Yeah, even youngsters as well.
Yes.
Youngster tours in Australia and went to different
And he
parts.
created his own.
Yeah, that's what you need to do.
Yes.
You need to create like your own space, and then you can go, okay, who can I help?
Can I ask you something random when it comes to being a comedian? Like, it's so junk sometimes because people record you and whatever while you're doing your jokes. Like repeating the jokes. How do you keep it fresh? Where do you get inspiration? Because that I think is tough. So you've got a good joke and you're die joke week altyd man. But is it difficult for you? Can you repeat it? How does that work?
For me, it's different because I like doing like improv with the crowd.
Okay.
I will have those moments recorded, and then I'll post those moments.
Yes.
Although that's my one big problem, I don't post enough, I feel. But no, whenever I'm in a crowd and I see someone who's been there before, then I will take my time on stage and I'll look, okay, you've been here before. I need to give at least one thing that's different, or I need to change one thing so that you can enjoy.
So it's in the moment.
Yeah. While I'm on stage, it's like, I don't even do this stuff. I don't even think about it. It's just my brain is working as I'm on stage and I'm looking around and I'm going, okay, you here, you've never been. And then I'll change the stuff around, or I'll write some new jokes and then I'll try it for the first time. But obviously, like I told you off camera, the way comedy works is it's the only time you get to practice is when you're on stage.
Sure.
So basically it's like when you're a tattoo artist, the only time you get to practice, you can draw.
There's no rehearsal basically.
You can draw amazingly.
Yeah.
But as soon as you're busy on someone's neck or someone's ankle or something, you can't like mess it up.
No,
so you have one chance to like really, so that's why there's a lot of pressure.
Awesome. And then the last few questions, how do you wake up every day and even on the bad days, I mean, we all face challenges. How do you wake up every day and be like, you know what, I'm going to do this?
It's just as soon as someone comes to me after the show and someone goes, like, I'm not a big name. I'm not for me, honestly, I am not used to the idea of like just someone like following me, following my career, someone someone going, oh man, Keenan Cerff is funny, you should go and
Yeah.
watch him. Like someone being a fan.
Yeah.
I'm not used to that. And every day I just think like someone came to me. There's people that come to me all the time. You know, they're after shows and they go, want to take a photo, or they go,
Sure.
oh, you're really funny. But there's one thing that keeps me going with comedy. Now, there's two things that I'll tell you, and it's personal stories, right? So the one thing is, I was at the funeral
Yeah.
of my father, right? And no one knew me at the funeral. Not many people knew me at the funeral. It's like a whole long story.
Yeah.
But I came there, and there was this guy that came up to speak about him, and this guy was like, Wayne was a funny guy, eh? He was a funny guy. If there was, if he was a comedian, a professional comedian, he would have gone very far. And I sat there, I was like,
What?
yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is the thing. So that's one thing I think about. And then a couple of years ago, like in my first couple of years of comedy, I always felt I wasn't like good enough. To this day, I still don't feel, but especially that time. And there was one time where I was really good one night. And then this family was in the crowd, and then this family with this kid came, and then they were like, "Gaan praat met hom, gaan praat daar so man."
He's nervous.
And then the kid comes to me, and the kid like, "Oh no, you were really funny. I like your jokes, and I wanna be just like you when I grow up." And I was like, "Yeah." Like these two things, I'm like, yeah.
You will
no.
always remember it, and that will be like.
On the toughest days, I'm like, I think of these things,
Sure.
and I'm like, yeah, no, these you, and also like I did the AKA thing, and I did the Trevor thing. Like I feel like I belong in this space. Like you don't just
And that
achieve
wouldn't
those
have happened.
things.
No, that wouldn't have happened to you. You know, man. I feel like
Yeah.
that you set out for it.
Yeah,
you know?
like I feel like I can do something with comedy because I use comedy for like in my area for like fundraisers and stuff.
Sure.
So I feel like I belong in this space, and even if I'm not meant to be a world touring comedian, I will be someone that puts together shows, that brings shows to the flats.
I hear you. I hear you. And that's the cool thing, because you've got people watching from the flats, and that will give them hope to like that you are
Yeah.
that person that they can look up to. And then events. Speak about events coming up. Can you share any events that people can obviously
So
support you at?
I have, I'm around the comedy scene a lot.
Okay.
The local comedy scene. So if ever you guys see any posters, you guys will give me a follow. There'll be posters throughout every week. There's so many gigs here in Cape Town that no one knows about. Like, I mean, there's Cape Town Comedy Club.
We out here.
There's Timbuktu. There's in Ops, there's Trenchtown.
Sure.
There's so many gigs, so just give me a follow, and then you can come through to the gigs. I'm gonna be performing in Durban, the 30th of May.
Sure.
From the 30th of May to the 1st of June, and then I'm going to Joburg for the 4th of June to do something for TV there.
Lekker Jay, hello,
And then-
lekker prep, ne?
Yeah, and then one big thing is I'm performing, my first international performance is in Mozambique.
Hello.
Hey.
You best believe.
Yeah,
Keenan
man.
is out here.
I'm pushing it.
That is
really
so
hard.
cool, man.
Yeah.
That is really cool. Congratulations on all these things, and we wish you keep on being booked this year. And then
Yeah.
social media, where can people catch you? You know, if they don't, I mean, if they miss it, where can people catch you?
K_CERFF. That's Twitter and Instagram. And on Facebook, I have a Facebook page called Keenan Franklin Cerff, which makes my initials KFC.
Hello, it's finger licking good. Big of your sponsor.
So yeah, then this Facebook is that, yeah. So
Perfect stuff. And then last one, advice to the young people watching.
honestly, whatever it is that you want to do, do it like with all your heart. Like believe in yourself, because the world is like a cruel, like the world is like a tough place.
True.
As long as you believe in yourself, you can go anywhere. Be true to yourself, believe in yourself, and just love what it is that you do.
Sure.
And again, just if you feel like you're not getting opportunities, again, be so good they can't ignore you.
Wow, I'm
like
gonna
that's
take
all
that
I can
with
say.
me.
Yeah, just for any youngster, like just whatever you wanna do. If you wanna rap, if you wanna sing, don't be shy. Don't be that person, where there's, you're the person in the family that can sing, and then they say, "Nee, sing for hulle, sing," and you're like, "Ek is skaam." Nah, don't be that person. Like sing. You don't know who can see you.
True story.
You don't know whatever opportunities come. I didn't think I would get the Trevor thing. I didn't think I would get the
Of
the
course,
writers
yeah.
thing. Every day I tell myself, when I hang out with these big guys, I'm like, I'm just a bruv from Lavender Hill.
Yeah.
Like, how did I get here?
Sure.
But it's because I just stuck at it, and through all negativity, positivity, tough
You
times,
kept
good
going.
times, I just kept going,
Lekker, man.
and I never gave up, man. That's the
Thank
main
you
thing.
so
Don't give
much,
up.
man. We're wishing you all the best for this journey ahead, people. Take this
thank
follow
you.
this guy, K_CER_FK, K_Cerff. Is ek het reg het, né?
Yeah.
Amper soos
K
KFC.
underscore,
K_Cerff. Check him out, people. Follow him and let's support our own to walk with Mel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lekker joy.